Alright, so today's video, we're watching a Gold 5 Pharah on PC. Also, if you haven't seen the recent stats on Pharah, has a 58% win rate right now. Pretty much the S-tier DPS of this season so far. If you've played against a Pharah, you know what I'm talking about. There's so much damage, so much splash damage, so much, like, it feels like you're constantly walking through like a 2 CP choke. It's just a ton of damage. So it will definitely be interesting to see how Pharah's being played in Gold, because right now in top 100, it's been like just like ridiculous. But I definitely am curious to see how it goes in each rank. They say that this was the closest game I've had in ages. We were fighting till last second for every single objective, and I had lots of fun having my skills put into the test. We were doing really good, and it might have been a quick win for us until morale dropped in my team and people started blaming each other, which is a problem on Flashpoint, where I feel like players lose one Flashpoint while being up 2-0, and then as soon that the game is over, get really mad and then just give up the next 2 points because they lost 1 point. Firstly, our other soldier blamed our Zen for not doing enough healing. You're blaming your Zenyatta for not healing enough? It's a Zenyatta. You can't... It's Zenyatta. Then our support said that it was a DPS diff. Okay, so we have the classic soldier blames the Zen for not healing, and then the support says it was the DPS's fault. This match, I sweated so badly, my heart rate went sky high, but did I do enough this match? Was it true that it was, in fact, a DPS diff? Considering that I did my absolute best, I think that this is the perfect video showing the peak of my skills, which unfortunately is not all that high. I look forward to your opinion on how I can improve in my upcoming matches. All right, this will be interesting. We have the classic, it's like we have like the Spider-Man meme game right now, where everybody's just pointing fingers at each other and assuming it's just everybody else's fault. Let's see what happens. They all took this route. There's two types of teams in this map. Teams that go this way and then teams that go the other way. That makes sense. That's generally how it works. But I find that a lot of people like to face tank each other at the other side. I don't like going this way. It's a good way to go. I just don't like it. I feel like you have to give up the point. And then, like, if you don't give up the point, you basically just give up the map. Nice pick. Why'd you ignore the Genji next to you? They were 1 HP. That would have been a free pick. Dude, Pharah's so good right now. It's like... Wow. Plague Dot, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I mean, okay, so remember that, like, distance can be your friend with Pharah right now, so try your best to, like, play a little bit further back if you haven't. I guess is a way to explain it. It's on PC. Because, like, the worst thing that you can do is just, like, sit in front of them. A lot of what makes Pharah ridiculous right now is your ability to play, like, very mid-range or very, like, far range, and there's nothing they can really do about it. So if you end up... Doesn't mean you can't go close range, don't get me wrong, like, the new playstyle of Pharah allows it, but, like, you're just playing into them if you're just gonna sit in front of their face. So... Do you think we need an Ashe buff? Why do you think it needs to be an Ashe buff? What's your reasoning with that? Good job going to the point here. I don't think you're gonna get the point, but maybe you will, because you have a free pick on Moira. Yeah, I was gonna say, and they might start just like running to the point, like trying to like force a play here. You kind of gave your teammates opportunity here. That was actually a smart decision, and the reason why is, like, at the very worst, you're gonna force out an ultimate. You know one of them will probably like force out an ult, but you might actually just get the point because of that play. That ended up being a great play by you. Nice job. That actually led to the point. Good job recognizing that and making a play. Yeah, I don't know if I'm the best at Pharah. I did play a Pharah game the other day and played really well, but like that was kind of random. There you go. We're watching. Huge. That was an ult decision you made. That Soldier ult is going to be good because of the Life Weaver. I feel like your Life Weaver set up that play very, very well. All right. I mean, at the same time, let's be honest, I feel like the most successful Pharah ultimate has nothing to do with a kill feed. Well, it does a little bit, but not in the way that you think. The most successful Pharah ults are the ones where you survive your Pharah ult. So, you'll take that, right? By the way, nice shot there. A lot of the reason why you're getting lost right now in these team fights is because you're playing so close on a hero like Pharah that, like, I really feel like you're underestimating. Oh, you got the point there, which is unreal. I feel like you're underestimating a little bit how good. Like, I feel like you're underestimating how good being like long range as Pharah can be. Your projectile's a bit faster, like you can do a lot of splash damage. Like trying to brawl them right in front of your face is like the equivalent of like trying to melee a Reinhardt as Tracer.
Who give me one more sub, thanks.
That's actually maybe an over exaggeration, but it's making the point of like play to the strengths of your hero. Don't like allow the other team to just basically don't play into like the weakness of a hero by just going into their team constantly. This is fine. But McPixel, thanks for the 6 months to tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks. You know what I'm saying? I already know what you're gonna do. You're doing a face tank ult. Wait, you didn't do it. Thank you. I love how you actually went to go for a good play finally, like the way that you wanted to do it, and got absolutely rolled. That was great. Love to see it. All right, it's time. Good play. Excellent ult usage. That was good. Didn't see it coming, went in for a flank. They did get you after, but I mean, I like that ult. I think that was good. That's the one time you want to be close range. Do. Hawkers, thanks for the 49 months of tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good stream. Thank you. Hope you're having a good day. Here we go. It's time to see. Will you win these games? Playing range. Doing what you can do. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like your number one issue is that you're just playing. You're not playing to the strengths of the hero. You're playing to the weakness of the hero. And, like, it doesn't mean you can't play close range as Pharah at times, but it feels like you're just giving them free picks by just, like, playing within range. You know, it's not like it when you're medium range there. They barely can get you. You're doing enough spam damage, but the moment you start to get aggressive, you fall over. There's a reason why that's happening. Because you don't need to get that close. This is fine because you have to make, like, a, you know, you have to go to the point. But, like, that's been your issue. I know why you're going in here. I'm okay with this. You wanted to be in the Life Weaver tree. I get this. This is fine. But then, obviously, you get close to the soldier eventually. They get the pick, but truthfully, you'll win that. Is it because of the soldier nerf? I mean, it's a mix of a lot of stuff. So, all right. So now it's 2-0. Free pick on Sombra. That's always nice. Good job. Here we go. Darkness, thank you for the 2 gifted. Thank you, appreciate it. For the 2 gifted. I'm ready for a flank play. What are we thinking here? It worked. I was surprised with the route you took. Moira behind you. Free pick. Moira, remember the target you got. Okay, you also have this, and I don't know if you've noticed it yet. You also have this thing where, like, if anybody goes behind you, you like forget about them. You're like, well, I don't know where they went, and like you hear them, you know they're low, you've gotten their cooldowns out, you make a good play, but like you need to like there's multiple layers to making a good play. So like right there, that was a 2-step process. Get a cooldown out from Moira, then kill the Moira. You got the cooldown out from Moira, heard them fade behind you, and your reaction was, well, not my problem anymore. When in reality, you would have killed the Moira for free, and you probably have a little bit extra percentage here because the Moira has to run back from spawn. Instead, the Moira survives that, stays in the team fight, keeps this team fight that could have already been over going, and now they flip the point on you. Do you see what I'm saying? So I need you to understand that, like, you're making the correct play at times, and then you're forgetting about what you just did, and then you're losing the team fight. If you get a cooldown out, take advantage of that. Make the play on them. Don't just sit there and let them get away with what's happening. Because you've had multiple free picks you've just given up on. At least that's how I'm seeing it. So, we'll see, though. Sombra behind you. I mean, that one's tough because you lost him there, but... Okay, there you go. I'm ready. Void, thanks for the features prize. Nice, appreciate it. Thank you. We're watching, don't you worry. Oh yeah, you're dead. You can try to go to point here and flip it. Very least you get health charge. Oh, you're going for your team's going for it. Be careful, they have D vault. Uh-oh. Saw that coming from a mile away. I knew that would get a limbs up. Yep, that is called the make sure you have the sound enabled to know that if your teammates are getting a limbs or not, or getting a limbed, etc. That will be very helpful. Just make sure to do that. All right, next point. Keep in mind, it's not over because you lose 1 point. Just to point that out. It's okay if you lose multiple points there. Or if you lose a point. Like, this is where you say your teammates started to rage and, like, give up and get mad. Like, you lost a point on a map designed to basically have a back-and-forth strategy. It's okay to lose a team fight. It's okay to lose a point. You have the lead. Okay. Perfect. That's great, though. You got it on ultimates. That's a win. You didn't win the team fight, but you got it all. That's great. That's what you want to do, right? Oh. There's a health pack. Nice. Yeah. At least you're playing range now. It's nice to see. It's nice to see. You know what this feels like? This feels like a game where your team just kind of tilted for no reason, and now it's like... Is it? Oh, no. Okay. The thing is, by the way, I don't have a problem with that Zenyatta ultimate that just happened right there. The reason why I say oh no is because you know that if the team is already mad at their Zenyatta, using their ultimate after somebody dies there, they're going to be so mad, even if it's the correct play. You know they're going to be pissed. Good pick on the Moira. Nice job recognizing the cooldowns there, too. That was very well done. Lucio out of position on point. Nice job booping him in. Probably a free pick on the Lucio. Good ultimate on the D.Va, just to guarantee you get the point. I'm okay with that. I'm not saying it's a perfect ultimate, but I think your teammate's in an opportunity where you want to flip the point. I'm okay with that. So, he said props on picking up health packs. Isn't it great when that becomes like a thing that people give props for? Like, congratulations, you picked up a health pack. Because no one wants to do it, but they also... Like, you have option one. Help your supports by alleviating some of the pressure by getting a health pack, or don't get a health pack and then complain to them they didn't get healed. Health pack awareness is so key. Can't always get a health pack, but like sometimes like even the mini you grab is a make or break for like your supports. You're out of position. Okay, one thing I want you to think about, and this is like a little bit of a next level aspect of this, because you said, like, I know you're in gold, but like, think about what else they have. And I think sometimes players do this thing where they never think about, and I do this even in top 500 at times, I'll be honest with you, where like, you don't really think about what ultimates you have, or what ultimates they have, so you just stand here and you play the same way every single team fight. If you recognize or know they have Soldier ult, or this ult, and that ult, are you just going to stand in the middle of the open and get rolled by a Soldier ult? Or are you going to reposition to a spot where you can, I don't know, maybe go, I'm trying to think of like a setup you could do. You can go on the flank, and you could maybe surprise the Soldier, and then boop them, and do a combo, and then they fall over, and their ult gets no value. But the only way their ult's going to get full value is if your team's reaction is to do nothing about it, and that's what your team did. So you got to be really careful on that one, right? Did you personally love to get rolled? Exactly, it's great, isn't it? So just be very wary of that. I feel like sometimes people don't think about what ults they have, and then they get surprised when they come back and roll them with ults. The good news of that is your team did get it to 69%. I would say that's pretty nice.
I'm with you.
Yep. I've done that too, don't you worry. The position. I don't even know where they went. Nice. Okay, maybe I'm wrong on this one because I don't play a ton of Pharah. But does it feel like at times you're really impatient with like your left click or like your shot? To where like you have so much opportunity to just like take an extra like half of a second or a tenth of a second to get a more accurate shot, and instead you just like, I know that you want to spam as Pharah, but it almost feels like you're spamming towards nothing half the time, right? So like you want to do a lot of spam as Pharah, but like if you're just gonna spam into nothing, then you're never gonna get the value that you want. You want to be a little bit more like articulate with where you're I don't know if that is the correct word for that. But, like, you want to be a bit more, like, have a reason as to where your rockets are going to go. Does that make sense? Rather than just, like, if you're spamming a choke, it's different, right? Like, right there, you're spamming the doorway. I can understand that. But, like, now, like, it's opened up a little bit, and now you're just spamming, like, random spots on the map. So you're losing so much value by just not... There you go. Like, right there. You see how you're, like, a little bit patient there on that shot? Or, like, even there. The Sombra went for you, and you were slightly patient on, like, your reaction. You got rolled by the Sombra, right? But, like, you still made a good play off of that. Is that making sense? You lost the game, because obviously it didn't go as well as it could have. But I want to get you in the habit of that. I really do think that for you as playing Pharah, because Pharah is really strong right now. I want to see you play a bit more range. And what I mean by that is don't get up in their face all the time. It's very timing based. Like, good Pharahs will get in their face, but like it's all about the timings. They're not just like running it down mid, using their cooldowns in, going in, making a play. It's they time their timings, which I guess makes sense. So I want to see you play a little bit further back, be more patient with your spam in the sense of, like, get value from your spam. Don't just, like, kick field goals and miss every single one of your spams, because you're just losing value at that point. And keep in mind, the splash on Pharah is, like, really strong right now. So, like, if you're not getting much value on your left clicks consistently, that is going to be where your problem is, right? You need to find more value with that, because you don't need to be, like, deadly accurate with it, but you definitely need to be within a range of them that you're going to get that value. So just even if it's a tenth of a second, a half of a second, just be a bit more patient, and then eventually you'll if you start to see your shots hit more, then you can be a little bit less patient with it, because you're just a bit more accurate in general with where your rockets are going to go, because you're used to where it's going to be. That's like number one thing outside of like your positioning. Your teammate said it was a DPS diff. You know what I say to this? I don't think this was a DPS diff. I think this was a your team gave up way too easily diff. Is that a good way to explain that? It really felt like, based off of what you said, that your teammates just gave up way too early off of one team fight. And rather than like just being like, okay, it's okay to lose a team fight, your team tilted, started blaming each other, and probably spent, so it became 2-1. You probably spent the other point just sitting there getting angry at each other and coming up to reasons as to why you were losing. So you wasted a whole point. And then by then, your team is tilted and can't even come together to make a play on the last point to win. That's what it felt like. If it went the way that you had said it was going, where it was basically just like your teammates wanted to blame someone, they just blamed whoever they could come up with at that point, and then that was that. So that is my vision of what I think happened that game. So I wouldn't really call it a DPS diff. Could you have played much better? Absolutely. Oh, 100%. There's no denying that. But I don't think that was the case. It very much felt like your team just like ended up getting mad at each other, and then at that point, the game was already over. So, best thing I can say to you is definitely work on the accuracy of your left clicks a bit more. Understand, like, how splash damage works. You can go into the training range and see what I'm talking about. I think if you do that, you'll start to see a bit more value at that point, and then you'll be surprised at how much value you can get. There's also a reason why, like I said, Pharah is doing really well across the board with, like, a 58% win rate, so... You can do it. You got this. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes, leave a comment. All of that helps. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord. That's where you would do that. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat right below the webcam, so stop by if you haven't. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing day/night.